guys, welcome back. We're with Castle Grayskull again. Just a small update. I've been meaning to do this for a while. Again, this is something else that's been bothering me, as well as Docky's seat heater switch, if you watch that video as well. So again, I love this Castle Grayskull. It's an upgrade from what I had, obviously. I think this one's perfect, except for there was a little hook that was missing up here in the handle that the original one had. Again, it's just this little detail, but I remember it strongly. But today what we're going to do is, well, hopefully, is touch up a little bit that has been bothering me, and these are the struts here. So you can see a couple here, and where are the other ones? The main two here. Now if you look on the new painting, these are actually painted as wooden. And I thought that'd be a good idea just to paint those as well to match the newer picture. The original picture didn't have that, they seemed to be stone. But again, with this brown here and this brown here, I just thought it would just fill it out a little bit more. So every time I walk past it sitting on the shelf, I was thinking, man, I should do that, I should do that. So I'm just going to get it over with and do it. So I popped down to the local train store here in Adelaide, and that was called, let's have a look here, Rail Model Trains. Mainly because that was the closest place I could get the paint. Alrighty, and everything that I have here, the total was Australian dollars, obviously, $15.90, which isn't too much. Okay, so what we did was, now we're using enamel paints this time. They're a little bit harder than acrylic, less likely to scratch. Okay, a little bit harder to clean the brushes with though. So we've got the primer, plastic primer here. Okay, and then I matched as close as I could to the wooden door, and something else I'll show you in a sec, the colour. Matte 62 it says here. Okay, this is a brand Humbrol, evidently. Alright, so we don't need much. I'm just going to do, again, these two here, and I thought, just to balance it out on this side as well, there's another piece just down here we can see. Oops, get the picture here. Just here as well. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be stone or wood, so I'm just going to paint that as wood just to give it, again, a little bit of balance from the front to the back as well. I'm not touching these as well because they're already brown, and a thatched hut roof would probably be a darker brown anyway, or a different colour than the maybe oak or whatever these doors would be, a stronger, more resilient wood. Alright, and to do that, again, we've got our paints. I bought a small brush as well. Now what I might do is actually cut the tip off of this so it's a little bit more chisel shaped, so I can get the chisel shaped, I think I meant to say. Maybe just to get some lines coming through to make it a little bit more wooden across here and here, and just to get it through here as well. Okay, and to clean the brushes, and I needed it for Docky anyway, just to clean paint and whatnot, is mineral turpentines. And I got this at our local car auto store as well. I think it was $8 for a bottle, because the supermarkets don't sell turpentine or thinners anymore for some reason, which is weird. Alright, so we've got that too. And something else you'll have seen in the thumbnail, I've got a couple of little upgrades for eventually when I have my own place. I'll be able to have my own display set up, but until then, these are some more platforms. I love these. If you remember my old video, this part here, online, this was off the Battle Cat and He-Man platform, I guess it was, and it came with two little dragons. That's in a previous video somewhere up there. Okay, so I've been wanting to get a couple of more just to spread out the diorama, I guess, eventually. And this one here is from the Origins Wind Raider. I had to actually buy the Wind Raider itself. I could not find this piece by itself online or secondhand or anything. So I bought this and sold the Wind Raider. It was very nice. I just don't have room for any of that. I just really wanted this piece here. It's got a cool little computer here as well. And you've got, this is what I really wanted it for, you've got this little piece here, a stand, which you can use, which held the Wind Raider. Now I've got the Classics Battle Ram, and I was thinking this would probably fit the Battle Ram as well, so I'll show you what that looks like in a sec. Okay, so that just basically clicks in here like such, and it's all adjustable with the ratchet and whatnot, which is kind of cool. And the other piece, this bit is touted as actually fitting into Castle Grayskull around the back. Now this piece, for Master of the Universe fans, you'll already know, is from the Stridor Origins figure, Again, I had to buy the whole thing, the Stridor horse and this, just to get the plate. I've already sold, again, the Wind Raider and the Stridor, so that's all long gone. I just wanted the 2 base plates. So I've already touched it up with a silver pen, you can see here, just to give it a little bit more realistic look. And you can see I did this with the Castle Grayskull as well in a previous video on the floors with the rivets to give it a bit more realism, which looks really, really nice. So it ties it all in. So it doesn't really connect to the castle, it basically just slides under the bottom there, which again, just like the trapdoor that I have, if you've seen, it's just sits there. But I like it because you could put it down on the ground and just expand, like I said, your diorama to whatever you want to display. And I like it. These things are amazing. I wish, again, they'd do more of these. Now, this also came with a stand to make Stridor stand up, which was a brown one, and I kept it just in case I need it for another vehicle. It just sits in there like that. Okay, but again, putting the skeletons on here or something like that for Halloween is a cool idea. So yeah, those are all done. I'll just show you what this looks like. So here's my classics battle ram jet sled. Beautiful piece, and again, if you want more detail on this, it's in a previous video as well where I go through that one. Absolutely awesome. Again, it's a little bit bigger than the Origins, but I thought, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone. So this has the whole mounting point. Now the classics version is just a stand with a giant black plate, but this looks much more in theme with what I was going for. So you pop this on here, and there you go, you've got a stand. Just move that back a bit, and angle up, angle down. Obviously it's a little bit looser because this has a larger hole gap, but you could put some tape around the spot here to make it fit better, but it doesn't bother me. I mean, it sits quite well. So yeah, so you've got that option as well, which I really, really enjoy. Okay, so we'll take that off. So what I'm going to do next is basically, yeah, we're going to prep, and oh look, there's a spider climbing up Castle Grayskull. You see that? I don't know if you can see him. Where'd he go? Yeah, he's right there. Madness. Now this is one of the toys that I don't want to dust because it actually makes it look more rustic and old. So I like it having dusty, but I do have to clean these again to prep for the paint. So we'll use some isopropyl alcohol with a cotton swab, just give that a little clean. And per instructions from the guy at the train store there, he said it's really good just to leave this for 24 hours. So we'll put the primer on first and then come back tomorrow and finish it with the tan colour. Alright guys, so those ones. That's the primer done. I'm not the best painter, but yeah. we got the idea. Okay, and any overrun obviously, because again I'm not the best painter. I just used a toothpick, rag, just pop it underneath, and then I think I filmed a little bit anyway, just dragged across the bits that were overrunning through here as well. It just took a little bit of time, but yeah, we're only going to do it once. Unfortunately my little spider ran away, but I've still got the cobwebs. It's ultra realistic, I like that. But yeah, so now as per the advice, we'll leave this overnight, let it dry thoroughly, and we'll get on with the brown part and we'll be finished. Okay guys, it's the next day, we've let it dry. You can see it's done pretty well there. Reasonably good coverage. There's something I completely missed yesterday, and I'm not quite sure how, considering it's the only things that look like logs. The little braces across here on the smaller tower. I don't know, I get super focused on stuff and it can be right in my face and I won't even miss it because I was focusing on this. Or I will miss it, sorry. So yeah, I've got to redo that and then we'll get back on to the brown. So yeah, this will take I don't know, about 30 minutes. Just got to be careful on that one. Yeah, and we'll get to it. Alright, I'll show you the results. And that's the post done here. Give it a bit of clean up again with the toothpick, just to scratch off the areas where it overflowed. But looking closely around here, you can see there's marks through here as well, so I don't feel too bad about my job. Just bits all over the place and bits missing and stuff like that, you know, but they're on a time schedule as well, so you can't blame them for that. Yeah, it looks really, really nice. So I'm going to leave this again for another night so I can get it all done at the same time. And yeah, we'll post the results tomorrow. My spider didn't come back either, obviously. I've scared him away, so hopefully he'll come back when I stick him back up on the shelf. But yeah, I can't believe I missed that. It's a little bit hard getting in those little corners there, but I did it. Yeah, it's looking good. Alright guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay guys, we're back again. And we've done these up here. The ones that I forgot previously, it's all nice and dry. The enamel's quite shiny as you can see, but again, as I mentioned before, it's kind of hard wearing, so there you go. This stuff's already starting to rub off, whatever paint they use for this, but we're just going to leave that as is. Alright, so this is the last bit. So as we mentioned before, we've got the matte 62, which is like a light wooden brown, which was as close to the door as I can get, as I said in the previous video. Instead of using the brush to stir the paint, I'm just going to chop off this toothpick here and just use that as a stir, as I should have done in the first place. Yeah, give a bit more consistency. As you can see, it's a little bit watery from here, but again, it's a primer, so it doesn't matter. It's got full coverage, I've checked. And an earbud swab thingy there, just in case we've got some severe overrun. This one here to clean up with a rag for the rest of the overrun, because there's going to be overrun. And we've got the thinners and whatnots. Got a couple of toys and stuff over there for my next few videos. They've literally sitting there for years and years and years. Some of them I've owned since childhood, so we'll get around to those too, but I digress. Let's pop back onto this one and yeah, we'll get it going. Yeah, that's a very close colour. That's good. I'll probably speed this up for the video so I can watch a podcast while I'm doing this, because it's quite finicky. I'm sure you don't want to hear me babbling on for another hour. I don't want to hear myself babble on for another hour. I'm also going to go from right to left as well, because I'm left-handed, so we don't do the dreaded left-handed stuff all over your hand type thing. Left-handed people know what I'm talking about. So yeah. Alright. Wrap-up version of my video disappeared somewhere. Personally, I blame Hordak, sneaky bugger. But yeah, this is what it looks like all finished. I've got the brown up here, the brown here, little piece here, and the struts that I completely missed. It turned out really, really good. Not a perfect match for the door, but it's pretty damn close. You could probably mix in with some black and get it even closer if you were so inclined. But yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to put it back on the shelf and wait for the spider to move back in, and we're all good. Hopefully you can see that pretty easily there. Again, the enamel is a little bit shiny but hard wearing, so that's a nice trade-off for me. As you can see at the back here as well. It's just small detail, but yeah, it just really pops it off, and you can't really tell why, but once you do it, it really looks good. But yeah, quite happy with that. I've got a picture that I've taken of it with everything all laid out, so I'll head on to that, and that'll be it for this video. Cheers guys.